All right, man. Welcome again to NerdFlow Podcast. This is issue 120. We are back again for another week of, nerd culture stuff, all that good stuff. Video games, anime, comic books, all that good stuff. We are live right now on Sprinkler.com. So if you mess with us on Sprinkler, we are live on here every Sunday, 10 p.m. Central Time. We're actually starting a little bit early. It's 9:59 right now. And we are also on Twitch. Twitch.tv/NerdFlow Podcast is where you go every single week to catch the latest in nerd and geek news with the NerdFlow Podcast team. Before we get into things, man, of course, we got housekeeping to do. But what we do have first, we're on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, NerdFlow Podcast or NerdFlow. Search either of those two. We'll pull up the pages that we have on social media. Follow, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. We also have a YouTube. Don't have an official URL just yet. That's where you come in, and we need you guys to subscribe to the channel. All these episodes do go live literally minutes after we record them on Sprinkler, and they load up to our YouTube channel. So if you have that YouTube premium subscription, and you can, put your phone in sleep mode and still be able to hear the audio, then that's another good way to listen to NerdFlow Podcast as well. We also have a Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/NerdFlow is the way you follow a lot of like-minded people like ourselves and be part of our NerdFlow community on Facebook. What is up, fam? How y'all doing?
What's up with it?
Good.
Yo.
Who got it playing? Who got the show playing in the background?
That was me, dog. That was me. Forgot to be what you call it. We good. But yeah, man. But yeah, how's everybody this week?
Everybody, well, I'm good. It's just that still freaking out over the ungodly things that you just see on social media. What is up, people?
We're not gonna talk about that. We talked about that before the show, and I don't want to really talk about it again. Yeah.
Oh no,
it's been very crazy.
It's been
very crazy.
I'm good. Trust me. I am GOOD good. I'm good.
We got a lot of things that happened this week. A lot of things. But yeah, other than that, everybody should be fine. I know I'm definitely doing fine.
Yeah, man, you are fine because you put some jewelry on some stuff. You know what I'm saying? Put in the words of Beyonce, you put a ring on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Good boy with the carrot.
Cowards is what they are.
What's up, Doc?
Yeah.
Oh snap! Got down on the knee.
And that literally is what happened. Got on a knee.
You bent the knee, huh?
About to work. Huh?
I said, well, that's a Game of Thrones reference. Everybody probably wouldn't get that, but I just said you bent the knee.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure some people. I'm pretty sure some people that listen to this show got that. I'm pretty sure they did. Pretty sure.
Yeah.
Pretty sure. Man, let's see. Since last, because this is really the second show on our Twitch channel. Big shout out to the people who did follow after last week's shows we did, because we did get some followers after the show. I want to say I can pull that feed up, but I don't think I have that right now. But if I can find it before the show's over, I'll shout y'all out for those who follow. Like I said, we did see some traction on followers to the channel, so appreciate all of you who are following the NerdFlow Podcast on Twitch.tv. Let's see, man. Also, forgot about this too. 50% off NerdFlow t-shirts. You can either, if you're on the channel right now, it'll be at the bottom, which will take you to our actual t-shirt store. We actually have a extension in our panels at the bottom. You can click and go straight to the actual Teespring store, which is right there on our Twitch channel. Also, all the social media. We are all on all major podcast platforms. That is on there too. There actually be some links in the chat as well in relation to that. That'll actually populate too. So you can just click any of those links within our chat, and it'll direct you to wherever you want to go. And then also, if you're listening to this show on the download on the Apple Podcasts, let's see, Stitcher, Google Play, iHeartRadio, all of that'll be in the description too. So if you like the show, like what you hear, want to subscribe, do us that favor. It doesn't cost you nothing. Just clicking the button and that's it. All right, man. I know I think so. Fandemic is this weekend. Tink is out ill, so we will give you guys an update on Fandemic. I'm kind of curious if she was able to go. I know she was under the weather, I think, prior to. So, but if not, it's cool. We speaking of cons, though. Speaking of cons, con that we go to on a yearly basis, and which will be the 4th time going into next year that we'll be going. Comicpalooza tickets are going on sale October 28th, which is what, next week? Let's see, let's pull up the calendar. That'll be next Monday. They'll be going on sale. I want to say, I think from our Twitter, I think they said when they posted, I think it's like just passes are going on sale starting the 28th. So if you're just want to get like VIP passes, I know there won't be any like the speed passes until they start announcing the guests and all that stuff for the event. We got like roughly about 8 months to go before we even get there. So that's gonna be a minute. But yeah, so if you down with Comicpalooza, if you ever heard of Comicpalooza, Comicpalooza is one of the biggest pop culture events in Texas. So if you never ever or just thought about coming to Houston for whatever reason, you want to check out something, during Memorial Day weekend, then Comicpalooza is probably where you want to be. Let's see here, man. Where should we start? Let's see. The Joker movie. I didn't read. I kind of read a headline, but I haven't read the article. Y'all fill me in on this one. New Joker movie. The new Joker movie may have affected Leto. Jared.
Yeah, I was reading that article, and so basically, what it boiled down to, when Jared Leto heard that Warner Brothers had greenlighted a solo Joker movie, he got pissed because he felt he should have had his version of the Joker should have had a solo Joker movie due to the fact he didn't get that much shine. And what's shit called?
Suicide Squad.
Yeah, Suicide Squad. Mine going blank tonight. So, Leto had some reservations about it. Which you probably don't want to blame him because he felt like his Joker, like, why would you have two competing Jokers out there at one time? And they all supposed to be in the same universe.
I was gonna say, man, I'm like different Earths, maybe.
And then, but the fact that his Harley Quinn is getting a kind of solo movie. You see what I'm saying?
Well, okay. Here's the thing, Leto. Harley Quinn. What's the girl name? Margot Robbie. She knocked it out of the park, man. We're not saying you didn't. We just saying that your Joker was not. The thing with the Joker was, man, it was a Joker we'd never seen. It wasn't based off anything we've ever seen before, anything like that. Now, if it was a thing where, let's say, it was like an animated show and it was just like this over the top version of like the Joker and stuff like that, and people just cult following behind this particular version, yeah, we probably would have got behind it. But we have zero backstory on this particular version of the Joker too.
Yeah, and I see what y'all saying about that too. But that's why he felt like his Joker should have got a solo movie. And plus the director of Suicide Squad said, if he could do it over, he would have featured Leto's Joker a lot more. it probably made Leto's Joker the main villain versus it being.
That would have made so much more sense. Now you see it.
Right.
We thought put it like this. Whole time, we thought that was the main villain.
Cause that's all they showed during the previews.
Exactly. We
like Joker.
Cause okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, let me know if y'all thought had this thought process going as I did. I had a feeling because when we heard Joker was in the movie, right? Yeah. I had the thought of that. Hey, he's a villain. Because most Suicide Squad is pretty much made up of villains. I was like, hey, maybe he was part of Suicide Squad, and it's the Joker because you can't trust him, and so he just broke off on his own and just started causing trouble, and they had to take him down. That's literally what I thought the movie was going to be about.
And me, basically, with them showing Batman in the previews, I was thinking, so like, is Batman gonna be playing a prominent role? Because they showed in the previews, they showed the Batmobile too much. Mm-hmm. Like, they really gamed us to come see that movie.
Yeah, they did. They really did. Because they hyped up, oh, Joker's in the Suicide Squad movie. We got Joker in the Suicide Squad movie. He was in there for like a cup of coffee. Like the European version. Not the American version. That small little teacup. That's how short he was in the movie. It was like, man, if they would have did it the route that we just like, kind of what I just said, I think they would have did it that route because on top of that, they would have flushed the character out more within the movie. Because
and
again,
then, like, Enchantress was just really somebody everybody wasn't the villain everybody was familiar with.
It wasn't, for me, it wasn't even that. Enchantress was a higher tier villain than half of them fools were even ready to deal with. Like, bro, True. What is Harley Quinn? What is your hammer going to do against this Enchantress? Please explain.
True. You know what, man? I saw that movie one time.
Same
and that was in the theaters. And I was ready to walk out the theater when I saw the way they defeated her. So, like,
I don't even remember that part, but you have to remember.
Oh man!
I mean, I don't remember what happened. I just remember, like, when I saw, like, okay, this is like a sorceress with all this power, and they picked the most, like, they defeated her like you would defeat somebody like the Penguin or somebody. Like, it was like one of those situations. And but what did give me hope, which I was thinking, I was just like, okay, so I can get down with this Killer Croc in a Batman movie, or I can get down with this Deadshot in a Batman movie, that's those type of villains. And I was just like, but of course, they got old Twinkle Toes to play Batman, so Ben Affleck disappointed us again. So
that man do nothing wrong. That man just that man do nothing wrong, bro. That man played his part. That's all he did. That man said, "Hey, you gonna talk to Batmobile?" And yeah.
No, I'm talking about dropping out as Batman because he wanted so much creative control over the story.
Oh yeah,
bro. You knew who you was dealing with before you came into this. You knew you were dealing with Warner Brothers. You know how Warner Brothers is. Like, you knew what you were getting into, so you should have just rode the train, gave us a dope ass Batman, and gone on about your business. We really got to see him as Batman twice.
Yeah, I mean, and the best,
and it wasn't even a solo movie.
Yeah, and the best parts that we saw was really that scene in the warehouse when he did the whole fight scene. That was really honestly the best part. But because the Doomsday fight, he was hiding somewhere.
No, at all.
Pretty much.
Yeah, he couldn't contest with that. But yeah, man. So we got that going. Oh, okay. So I got the follows real quick. Let's shout out these. So we had a follow from I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly. The Mail Peck followed. We got a follow from Another Day at MSU, and another follow from Dapper Geek. So appreciate the follows that we got from those on there. But yeah, man. So yeah, he just it's over. It's really over. It's over for the Leto version of Joker. It's now watch. Nah, I mark my words. DC Comics gonna do a comic book based off his version of the Joker, and people gonna be like, "Dang, now I want to see him," because they gonna do it. They're gonna do it so dope. The storyline gonna be on point. You gonna be like, "Dang, I want to see Leto as Joker again now," because they done flushed out this character in the comic book.
But the thing is, Leto still want to play Joker, but now you got, oh boy,
Joaquin Phoenix.
Why I wanted to call her River and River dead.
Oh, River Phoenix. Oh yeah.
Oh,
You know his brother dead, but I really wanted to say River, but yeah, Joaquin is like that's just gonna be the Joker people want to see in the movies now.
I'm just saying, man. A name like Joaquin Phoenix, I swear that sound like a brother. But I'm just saying, it's just me. Don't tell me. You can't tell me what Joaquin don't sound like a black name. Come on now.
No, Joaquin does not. That's straight Latino name, bro.
I don't know, man. Some black people be trying to make
Joaquin.
Hey, bro. Some black people be trying to make their kids sound exotic, man, bro. You know they do. Don't be acting like you don't be trying to make them sound exotic. Mercedes. Anyway, Black Panther 2. So Black Panther 2 is currently being written at this current moment.
I thought it was getting written.
No, actually, about some weeks ago, they got reported. I don't know if it. We don't know. Sometimes we don't know the full validity of some of the things we come across. But Black Panther 2 is being written. Is being said. Well, two things actually. One, supposedly the villain has been sort of revealed, and two, possible title leak. Possible title has been leaked. It is. Now take this with a grain of salt, people. I'm saying rumored, so don't come for us with pitchforks about this. Supposed to be called Black Panther 2: The Lost Kingdom, and if we doing a play on words here, Lost Kingdom of Atlantis.
Interesting.
Atlantis.
Namor.
So.
You know, my fiance had actually mentioned this when I was taking her home, because she brought up Okoye and Endgame and what she was saying when they brought up at the beginning.
Yeah, when she straight snubbed the crap out of the land, the earthquake in the Atlantic Ocean. Yeah.
Yeah.
She was like, basically, Okoye was like, well, that problem solved itself, whatever. Like, who cares? So yeah, it's supposed to be Namor. And of course, there's rumors swirling around who's going to possibly play him. There's been a rumor that we talked about some issues ago, where it was supposed to be the main guy from Crazy Rich Asians. I can't think his real name. I think it's Henry something. Him is possibly playing. I'm going to bet again for the boy Luke Evans, because I'm just saying that dude just look like Namor. Like, since he been acting, he was Namor. They didn't even know they needed one. So yeah, so I know the guy from Crazy Rich Asians. I've heard there's a rumor that he may be in the running, which I don't mind him playing. I mean, I've seen that movie, and he's in another romantic comedy that's coming out soon as well. So, but yeah, so we got that. Then, so Snap. Let me ask you, bro. What is your feelings on WWE 2K20, bro?
I don't know why. Now, it's crazy. I done got the collector's edition. Then again, I get collector's edition because of the collectibles that come with it. But
right,
I don't know why I have a feeling like doesn't. It feels like it's gonna be 2K19 again. It's just graphics may have updated a bit.
Bro, I've been on Twitter, and I follow a lot of these like the creative wrestlers in the W2K community. They're called creators, CAW, creative wrestler. But yeah, I follow a lot of those guys, and the conversations I be seeing on the timeline, man, about like it's just glitches, and because since Ukes, which was the company that did a lot of the designing and scans for the wrestlers in the game,
they bought it,
and so 2K is starting to do that. They do their own scanning for the characters, and some of them, no, it's kind of iffy.
Oh man.
So and there's some stuff that's not like hair. Like, okay, so prime example, Bianca Blair. You have 2K19. I have 2K19. When she comes out swirling the ponytail, and if you just go Google or look up Bianca Blair WG 2K20, man, bro, that ponytail so stiff. It's like they freaking put some starch on that sucker, bro. Like the
right now.
Bro, like the hair, like the hair physics. I'm like, what? We went backwards. We didn't go forward with this. So that's like,
man, I hope they don't do that, man.
So it's like
real.
It's like some stuff that's like really like, and I'm gonna get it at some point. But this, I even said to some of the guys, I was like, dude, this might be the first year where I just may not get day one. I'm probably gonna hold off on them. I think I'm gonna wait. I think I may wait till like Black Friday when I know it's gonna probably like drop down to like $29 or something, and save myself $30 or something. Because I'm just like, because like even like from the update standpoint, that's not like Smack talked about the game, a review he put up on YouTube like a couple days ago, whatever. And he said like there's not really a lot of additions. He's like some of the main additions within the game is primarily like you can. So if you have like weapons in like Extreme Rules match or whatever, you have the ability. You have a weapon wheel that on the weapon wheel you can.
Oh my god!
Yeah, exactly.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, this is like a stick. Like,
yes.
And they got Beth Phoenix in the ring look like a whole man. What is this, bro? Come on. Don't do this.
That's why I am. That is exactly why I'm kind of like, I don't know, man. I'm kind of, I think I'm. Do you? I need to inform you of this. I don't know if you know this. So, Create a Championship. It's gonna get patched not day one.
Really?
Yes.
For anybody who had the season pass?
It's patched in. They say it wasn't ready or it wasn't. They had some issues with it, so they're gonna patch it in. I'm like, bro, y'all are like. And the thing with 2K, man, when it comes to W2K20, because I don't play NBA 2K like this. I don't know what that relationship is like with their community and stuff like that. But I know with like W2K, bro, I feel like they don't respond. Like they just be ghosting their community.
Like, I don't get it, man. Like, dude, I'm talking about this girl's whole ponytail look like a stiff dread, man. Like,
yes, man.
It's crazy. I'm looking at her 2K19. I'm like, everything
night and day,
real.
Night and day, bro. Night and day. So
I mean, y'all gotta do better than this, yo.
And in years past, there's been years where like people just be like, "Oh, it's just the same game with just updated roster, blah blah blah." I mean, most annual games that are sports or whatever the form may be, or anything that comes out on a yearly basis, yeah, that's typically what most of it is. It's some engine changes, some engine tweaks, and all that good stuff, and yeah. So I get that, but this year, I just can't go to bat. I can't. I used to be like, oh man, no, it's this, is that. This year, I'm just kind of like, bro, y'all did that one to yourself on that one. I'm sorry.
I'm like this, man. I'm just gonna take one for the team, give it a shot, see what I can just at least see from my standpoint what's going on. Like I said, man, appearance and aesthetics is one of the biggest things that's got me drawn to wrestling games, especially because I like how I say the stopping point was really, I say 2K17 for me or 2K18 for me, and it's just so I get these games. It's like I really wrestling game for a little bit, but I just remember playing 2K15 and 16 a lot more And then when 2K17 and 18 came, it's just like.
So here's another question. Here's another question for you. What's your opinion on the originals, the WWE, like the originals pack that's coming out? I'm kind of like,
I haven't had 2K19 for a whole year, and I have not even played the Zombie Triple H or anything like that came with that game. So, I mean, you beam, but after everything in Hell in a Cell, I don't know anymore, man.
That's my exact point, because like, okay, the original stuff, it's cool because they were like, so this is how they spun it. I don't know if you saw this video. So it's I can't think of the guy's name, but he's like just a representative from 2K on their YouTube channel. And so their explanation was, we want to do 2K originals because we want to, have more longevity in the game, blah, 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 blah. I'm thinking it's going to be more than just 3 DLC packs. That's what I was saying. I'm like, oh shoot, we about to get like 4 or 5. They about to hold us up to the summertime. Nah, bruh. They just making random original content, and then it's just for a pack. But it's like, that's cool to have. I get that. I'm not interested in that. It's like, you have a good amount of like legends and stuff that y'all snatched out of the game from this year that's going into 20 this year. In addition to that, you have some other, you put the Fiend in the game like amazingly quick, but you got like half of like the UK talent like not in the game. Now, if you come and tell me, because I started to think about this a little bit, because like a lot of those guys, say for example, just taking NXT UK as an example, a lot of their talent on NXT UK, they're not exclusively to NXT UK, because I've seen them on Progress shows and some other shows as well. So they're not exclusively to WWE. So it may be a thing where they didn't sign a contract where they're exclusively to them, and they have that in their contract that they're going to be in like WWE properties. So that's probably why they're not in there. But I would just like that. I would honestly, as a person, a fan of the game, and you looking forward to somebody, I would just like it to be said like, hey, this is the reason why, blah, 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 blah. Because people are always wondering, because we went from 1 year to having nearly the whole damn roster verbatim, if you go to the website, in the game. And we went from like we missing a bunch of people now. And
it's weird.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's weird. And I ain't gonna front. I feel like, we're gonna get an AEW game that's gonna more than likely get more pre-sales or pre-orders than the next 2K game.
Bro, we got creators redoing like WCW Revenge as a current game themselves.
Did I hear y'all bring up WCW Revenge?
Yes, bro. They got creators that's actually like doing the engine, like got a engine themselves and redid the game and literally inserting people of the current day in that engine.
Oh no. Like, if we was talking about playing WCW Revenge, that's the last wrestling game I played, and that came out what 2000.
Yeah, it was like 2000. Yeah, it was like 2000.
Yeah, so that was the last wrestling game I played. I still give y'all the breaks on that, but all this other stuff, I'm lost.
I feel like, okay, so we're gonna wrap it on the 2K20. This is how I feel with the original stuff. I feel like 2K is trying to reach for WWE arcade type of thing. I feel like that's what they were. I feel like that's what they, because people talk about WWE arcade like as far as from a nostalgic standpoint, but 2K was never supposed to be that, because when 2K got the license from THQ, they basically they legit said in a press release it's supposed to be a wrestling simulator. This stuff you adding in here, bro, that ain't simulation.
Not at all. I mean, I remember just having a bunch of friends, I think around, like I said, around the 2K15 release, and they got the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. I remember I bought both copies, one on PS4, one on PS3. You already know the automatic difference. I remember playing with a friend, and they was just complaining about how realistic everything. I'm like, I mean, I can't sit here and get mad at that because it's on a new generation console. Of course, it's gonna be a lot different than the previous console.
Right.
But it seems like I said, over the years, it's just be certain things that I be looking at when it comes to this game.
Let me break this down for y'all. Let's just be honest. When it comes to anything combat type, like other than a shooter, like hand-to-hand combat type, realism kind of sucks. Cause just think about it. If you make it too real, it gets too technical and complicated. But if you take a game like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, it got some realism to it, but it's also got fantasy.
Well, UFC games are a great example of realism. Those games have to be like from a standpoint of like the different types of submission holds and stances and all that stuff. That like from like when EA does those games kind of have to be. They really do. They have to be. I mean, and again, there's nothing wrong with like if 2K wants to do a W game where it's just over the top BS, that type of thing. That's fine, but I could have swore they have a game on mobile that's like a fighting game with different. I think it's like I forgot what that crap is called. Where everybody's just like they're different versions of themselves. Like Triple H is like some type of like Conan the Barbarian or some junk like that.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, like if y'all want to do some junk like that, that's fine. Do what you want to do on this side. But like this right here, this is supposed to be like the game. Like some people, everybody does something different.
But you're speaking for yourself, though. And you
no, I know, and that's what I'm about to,
for a certain brand of fans.
I know, and that's what I'm about to say. Some people with the game, because you see it throughout the community. That's the downloaded community that you can download creations from. You see it within there. Some people get crazy with it, and they do like superheroes. They do like Hulk. They do.
Goku,
Goku, Captain America. There's some people that do their game, and that's what it's, and that's really the guts of the game is really the creation piece of it. But the core game of it itself is simulation of WWE for the most part. You can make it with the creation. You can make the game, make whatever arenas, make whatever crazy belts, all that stuff to go along and create your own world. That's fine, but we don't want 2K is developed. We don't want y'all doing that. We do. Like let the fans do that, and let them download and make their own world. We don't want y'all doing. We just want the authentic people that exist in the game. That's from a fan standpoint. That's what I would want.
Yeah. I'm like I said, it's certainly a nitpick. It's small things. Like I said, the whole thing with Randy Orton lights when it comes to certain part of stuff, his song. It's like it's never timed right. I just be looking at this man's interest. I hate this man's interest on this game. None of this stuff is timed right. Like you do this crap every year with this man's interest. Stop it. But
come on, man. Come on.
I be getting nitpicked it.
No, that people. He like there are people out there that are really on like because okay. Say what you want to say.
Say right. Do it for the most part. Do it look like how. Like for the most part, do it look like how it come on TV?
In terms of what, like interested and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Some yes, some no.
Okay, yeah, all right. So this is like flagrant. Like the example I'm finna give is flagrant, which will get me upset. If I play like if I when I get Kakarot. When I get that game, if they had Goku doing the Kamehameha like they had him doing it in Dragon Ball Evolution, that's flagrantly screwed up. And then I got to break the game and take it back to wherever I got it from and ask for my money back. But from what y'all saying, it's these little minor things that y'all finding problems with, which is never going to be like nothing we ever expect in the game is never going to be perfect or compared to what the original source material is.
I'll say this. The reason with W2K why we feel it far from other games, because okay, I'll give you an example. Okay, there are certain games that say I don't know what they do with basketball games, football games, that type of thing. Typically, it's just probably a mocap person that's doing the mocap for it. like 2K literally works with these people like person by person. So they have them at their access to call them into the studio and say, "Hey, I need you to come and do your entrance." It's not like they don't have. It's not like they don't have the resources. Everybody even feels that same way. It just feels like it's just you're being lazy.
I'm gonna say this too. This is one thing I'll point out. I forgot to point this out at the beginning, but each year, I'm gonna say this for example, SmackDown vs. Raw 2007. Each year, every game had a certain to them. With that game, you had the ability to go into the crowd, fight in the crowd, interact in the crowd. 2008, it was focused on fighting styles. 2009 was focused on the new tag team engine. Everything, like when it came to those games right there, it was certain stuff added each year. With my overall main thing is when it came to 2K15 all the way up to currently, each one never feels like it had a step up from the previous games. I guess you could say that. Like
it almost felt like they took stuff like we gave you this last year. Then New Year come, okay, we're not doing this year. We took it out. Like add to the game.
That's the 2K brand because 2K NBA 2K is basically the same way. So what I'm saying is that's 2K, the company 2K. That's how they make their games. Like EA, Madden every year. Madden adds something new every year.
So you know what? That does leave the interesting question. Do you think WWE take their license and like see if another company will like make the game? Or
they probably do that. But I think on this one, I think they just renewed it with 2K because I think it had expired like right before they announced 20.
So because the NFL, like back in early when EA, because you know EA used to run the sports games, like EA had pretty much all the sports games, but the NFL had licensed out to 2K one year because you had NFL 2K for about 2 or 3 years, but because of 2K style of doing their games, the NFL stuck with EA because EA is going to stick strictly to what the NFL wants, and it's going to implement all the rules just like the NFL. It's going to make the players just like they are in real life. That's what EA focuses on. That's why NBA Live fell off because everybody kept on feeling like NBA Live was just too real in the sports dynamic. Okay, but when you playing football, but for football and basketball, golf, soccer, that's why FIFA does so well because it's real soccer. You know what I'm saying? For those type of sports, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I really don't consider wrestling a sport. I just consider it just like entertainment, like how American Gladiators used to be. I'm sorry. I mean, I may have offended some people like that, but I don't put it in the pantheon with basketball, football, baseball, soccer, stuff like in golf. I don't put it in that pantheon. But
I mean, it's cool, man, because it's always called sports entertainment anyway. So
but like those fans of those sports expect the stuff to be real, because you're gonna want the calls called the right way, everything. You expect it to be real for those sports. But like when it comes to wrestling and stuff like that, they looking for some fantasy. They're not looking for a lot of realism, you know. And I mean, that's probably why EA does UFC the way it does it, because it's expected for UFC to be real versus what they expect from wrestling. If y'all get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like the fan bases are totally different. Like what you expect from a Madden player is not the same you'll get. It's saying you don't have the same expectations for a WWE 2K player.
I mean, people still get. I mean, the prime example, the ratings. People get into like the rating systems that you know, whatever the developer, whatever they rate a particular superstar or whatever they rate a particular player. Yeah, no, it's about the same. People may feel a certain way about it because they're not be into that thing or whatever. I mean, I can't count how many times I have to listen to my boss and like some other employees talk about MUT in Madden. So, and I'm like, dude, I don't get why y'all like so. It's a card game, bro. within Madden, but I mean, whatever floats your boat.
I mean, when you get those cards, when you get those Madden cards and stuff like that, it changes the dynamic of the game.
This thing, I understand, but it's like, it ain't.
That's the fantasy part of Madden.
Yeah, no, I know.
Not too many people get into. Like most people, they just want to go online and play the actual game and not get into the Madden card because they feel like it's cheating. Like they really want to just get in and play football. They don't want all the extras. They just want to play football.
Yeah, no.
Because the online community, if you bring in Madden cards, online community, they will straight throw you out.
Yeah, no. It's definitely for people. Like I said, it's for people. I mean, it's like you care about it, cool. That's fine. That's cool. Oh, I always respect somebody's opinion of what they if they passionate about something in some relation. Like I may either can probably concur, but in some cases I maybe can. But I ain't gonna shoot you down and dog you out because you like it. So,
all right. So what's next on the agenda?
We got Arrowverse. So Arrow is in its final season. Arrow is getting ready to pretty much be gone, but they've announced that there's going to be a spinoff, and the spinoff will be called Arrow and the Canaries. So rumor has it that if you've been watching this current season or last season of The Flash, spoiler what I'm about to say. So if you haven't seen previous season of I'm about to say The Flash of Arrow, they go forward into the future, and him and Felicity have a daughter, and she's a trained archer, but supposedly this is supposed to be there's a rumor that she comes forward into the future because we got all this time travel and all this type of stuff going on in the Arrowverse and all this type of stuff. But yeah, she's supposed to be her, and I guess because there's a bunch of other different canaries that exist in Arrow, of course, right now as well. So it's supposed to be a show with her and them. So,
hey, is it me or is this season on Flash Barry's a little bit too whiny? I mean, I know you faced with your own mortality and everything, but he really seems whiny. He's
kind of like he's freaking going through. Well, this kind of I won't say PTSD and some kind of a sense because he's just traumatized.
Just say he's whining.
He's been like
just
that.
Say he whining.
No, I'm not saying he's whining. He's like that after every season of a traumatic like boss fight after that he's been through, and he doesn't want whatever this thing that happened in the previous season, he doesn't want it to happen again. He's
last episode, I'm gonna make sure I come back to you, Iris.
Yeah, because I mean, of course, before he freaking went into the freaking Speed Force and grew a beard and was speaking gibberish and all this other stuff when he came back out the freaking Speed Force. So, but yeah, I mean,
and then they got Black Lightning. Like,
I haven't watched it.
I'm just ready for. I'm just ready for a couple of people to die. Like, I'm ready for Braxton to die. I'm ready for.
Who's Braxton?
Braxton from Jamie Foxx show.
He ain't in the show.
Oh, I know you're talking about.
He is in the show.
In Black Lightning?
Yes, he is in Black Lightning.
He must
season,
be.
He's in.
He's
in Black.
Oh, he's in.
And I'm ready for. Yeah, I'm ready for him to die. I'm ready for bad black cop, racist black cop to die. I can't remember his name.
Oh, you talking about the dude in Black Lightning? Okay, I'm like, what? Who are you talking about?
Yeah. He always played the racist black cop back in the day, or the crooked cop, or the mean cop. He old as dirt now, so they got him playing a government lackey that's all about he run the ASA. But I'm ready for him to die too.
All right, let's see here.
Haven't seen Supergirl yet though.
No, I haven't. I've only watched Flash this past week. I just caught it with that. I'm gonna watch that stuff later. Activision. So Activision has reported that they're not having microtransactions in the new Modern Warfare that's coming out this week.
Definitely gotten in the mobile game.
They say they're going to go into more of a battle pass system, which is what a lot of games are going more towards.
That's in the mobile game though. And you got to pay for the battle passes. That's a microtransaction.
Yes, and I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes, but then their loophole to it. Their loophole to it is this: foreign countries right now are cracking down on microtransaction. Reason being, the definition of gambling. You give money for said thing, you don't know what you're gonna get, but it's a chance of getting something of value.
But this is how they screwing over folks, because to get certain chests and stuff, you gotta buy CP coins, and to get those CP coins, you gotta pay for them. Therefore, you go get a random chest with the CP coin, and then you still don't know what you're gonna get.
Well, no, I'm not talking about the mobile game at all. I'm talking about just the console game. The mobile, in the mobile realm, yeah, that's the realm. I don't know how that's gonna work, but I know for consoles, like foreign governments are cracking down on microtransactions within like console video games, and so
you know what? If it wasn't for Mortal Kombat, governments wouldn't even be in the game. It'd be.
Oh, trust me, there's somebody. There'd be an individual somewhere that'll whine and find a way to be offended by some in this current era of individuals that are breathing on Earth.
But we know that's where the crux of the government having something to say about what's in games was because of Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, no, we know. But yeah, so they're going to a battle pass type system with new Modern Warfare. I mean, they say it's supposed to be. It's gonna be mainly cosmetics. All like weapons and all that stuff that will be completely as far as in-game unlocks, which is how it used to be. So most of all the stuff on the battle pass would be primarily cosmetic. Nothing, supposedly nothing, like pay to win type of stuff like that. So, again, like I feel like with the current state of, like I said, with foreign governments really trying to crack down on this, because children play some of these games children play some of these games and they don't want. In some governments, they don't want children like involved in any form of gambling, which creates bad habits. So, I mean, if that's were to be the case for Modern Warfare, that's good for them, because Activision along with EA has a tendency to be greedy. That's the word I use. Greedy. Money hungry. There we go. Alright, so let's see what we got next. This is like quick news stuff on this one. Naomie Harris, everybody aware who she is? She was a black lady in, I think she was in Skyfall, I believe. She's in one of the Bond movies, black chick, Naomie Harris.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So she's rumored to be playing a Spider-Man villain in Venom 2. She's rumored to be playing Shriek, which I think Shriek actually gets a symbiote as well. I want to say. I think so, if I remember correctly.
Oh yeah, she also played Theodoma in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Ah, that's right. That is her. Okay, that is her. Yeah, she's kind of my favorite, actually. Probably one of the main reasons I like that movie.
Calypso.
Yep. Mm-hmm. She looks, well. The thing is, like, because that movie was so, like, that particular part she was in was so freaking dark. I couldn't even, honestly, could you even tell that was her? Now that I think about it, but now when you say it, I'm like, oh yeah, it was her.
Because when you think about them, it's just they tried to make her character like really secondary, like she's not important. But
yeah. So I mean, how are y'all feeling about this sequel so far? Because right now I'm feeling like I got two villains right now, and from a Sony Pictures standpoint, That ain't a good thing.
They really just don't do well with two villains.
As past movies has told the story with a superhero involved in it.
They don't do too well with that. So
I hope they don't add another one.
That's one of the movies you got to see it before you can judge it.
Right. Shoot, let's not even just this. I'm not even just throw something in, but most superhero movies that have multiple villains, a la Batman movies from the 90s, typically don't really, they don't give.
So let's just say this: not all the Batman movies from the 90s were.
We talking about the ones old boy did, the ones after.
Okay, Joel Schumacher, distinguished Joel Schumacher movie.
Yeah, well, the ones that had multiple villains. Everybody know early 1990 Batman had one villain. That was Joker.
We ain't talking about Tim Burton movies.
Yeah, we can talk about the other Tim Burton movies, but not that one. Okay.
Which Warner Brothers screwed up, which they should have let Tim Burton just keep control. Damn you, Warner Brothers.
But yeah, man. So we got so we got two villains. We got Carnage, and we have Shriek. So, like I said, hopefully they don't add any more because that's just not good for business.
I'm not really feeling these Venom without the Spider-Man. So
it's gonna be
honest. I didn't care too much for the first Venom movie. Like I said, like I broke it down. If you're an avid Spider-Man fan, you gonna hate it. I ain't gonna say hate it, but you're not gonna love it.
I'm a Spider-Man fan. I didn't really hate Venom. Well, put it this way, I had to taste it.
I meant to change. I changed. I said you're not gonna hate it, but you're not gonna love it.
I had the flashbacks of Spider-Man 3 Topher Grace in my head when I watched this movie because that was a measuring stick.
It was better than that, but
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
It's not still. I get a movie like
look, you've been eating garbage for the past couple months, and then somebody put a cheap steak in front of you is the best thing in the world.
No, no, I'm not going. I'm not going to even grade you that. No,
it's better than eating garbage.
Because
that Spider-Man 3 Venom was hot garbage.
Yeah, I'm not going to even compare it to that, but I'm just saying it was better than that, but I'm just saying, it's like without Spider-Man, it don't make sense to me, and that's just me. I'm not speaking for everybody else. I'm talking about me. Without Spider-Man, it doesn't make sense because in the Spider-Man universe, and especially as Venom's supposed to be in the Spider-Man universe, without Black Suit Spider-Man, without Peter Parker getting the suit first, it doesn't make sense. Without Brock and Peter having a feud, it doesn't make sense. That's the only reason. Without Brock looking at the bell tower after Peter knocking the symbiote off him, that's how he got the symbiote. Like that's how it was in the comic book. That's how it was in the animated series. Like that's how it's always been. And for Sony to take it totally left field, just blew that for me.
Well, shoot, they took it left field when they freaking had the symbiote suit land in the freaking Philippines and not New York.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It blew it for me.
And probably for some people, they probably like, oh, that's minor. No, bro, that's not minor. Why did we have to have them travel across freaking land and sea to get to freaking San Francisco?
I feel like with Venom movies, Sony tried to cater to a group of fans that didn't know no better. Like the people that didn't really grow up in the era of Spider-Man when we was getting the original stories. Mm-hmm. That's what I felt like they tried to do with Venom.
All right. Let's see here. Got that. Okay. They want to make a Barney movie.
In the show right now.
They want to make
I'm
a
gonna
show
right now,
and the person that wants to make a Barney movie. I'm sad that he wants to do this, and I don't understand why. I really don't. I really don't.
No.
Did they not learn their lesson from Dora the Explorer?
No.
Daniel Kaluuya from Kaluuya.
Yeah.
He working with Mattel. He wants to make a Barney movie.
He has fallen to the sunken place.
Now, here's my question. Okay, I have to, because, with podcasters, I have to think of both sides of the coins of this. I don't like it, but I'm trying to put a spin on it to make it seem maybe we could get... Okay. The only way I can want Mattel to make a Barney movie, if it's like a docu-pic, because Barney was black. And if it's a story to show from a documentary standpoint, what the guy went through that was the Barney character and all that stuff, I may be okay with that. But if you try to give me a Barney movie and try to spin this crap to try to make it like, I don't know, just something just out the window, then nah, bro, we can't do this.
Okay, we all know that Barney is a toy who had a backyard game. That's where it started off.
Didn't know that, but still, no.
I'm just, you know what? I'm about as excited for this as I am for another slave picture.
Okay.
I can semi feel you on that.
How can you change something that doesn't need changing at all? Like, the formula was already there because it was supposed to be educational.
Right, exactly. That's what it's supposed to be.
Like Sesame Street was educational. Barney was educational. So why do you need to make a movie about it if they're not going to make...
Like shows on PBS. Like, making a movie about Carmen Sandiego kind of makes sense because she was a detective. And
but bro, we ain't making no live action movies on Arthur. I'm just saying, bro, it ain't going down.
And
no one cares.
I think Mattel has lost their mind by giving the green light to this. Don't you think?
They see dollar signs.
So this thing with Mattel, all movies that Mattel done did, probably besides because He-Man was a flop. What was some other Mattel?
Shit, I don't even know they was involved in. I don't know. I can't say on that.
They had to get. It was a Mattel toy, so they had to get licensed in order for the movie to do it. In order to do the movie, the Hot Wheels movie was a flop.
Didn't know that was a thing. Glad I didn't.
I don't even.
It came on Cartoon Network, but it still didn't do well. They probably showed like twice, rating sunk. So
I don't even remember that.
Neither do I.
Yeah, I know. I'm the. I got a memory like I never like an elephant. I don't forget nothing.
That or you're a masochist, one of the two.
Yeah, one of the two. But that's why I'm so petty, man, and vindictive. Like, I just don't forget. You wrong me, I never forget it. It can be like I still want to kill somebody from high school, so like I just won't let it go.
Hey man,
I don't think you can say that on the air, man.
Yeah, we don't want. Yeah. All right, man. So main topic of the night. We got our superhero movies killing the movie industry, or killing cinema, as some people have worded it, because Jennifer Aniston has stated that superhero movies are the reason why actors like her cannot find any good roles in Hollywood.
All right, Jennifer.
I beg
Let me go ahead and put this out there. Let me go ahead and put this out there. You had your time during the 90s with Friends. You transitioned into movies. You had a couple of good roles. Jennifer, you're an old white lady now.
No, I'm not old. Still kind of good.
And she still look a certain way, but in reality, she's an old white lady now. And you're gonna get like until they start making mom roles for you, that's pretty much what you're gonna get. You can't be the young heartthrob. No.
I don't know that young. She can still be dark, but
I'm just saying.
My take on it is really kind of more of this. I mean, I don't think superhero movies are killing cinema. It's probably more of a thing that's reason why
they try to do too many remakes. Nobody's come with original ideas. Hardly no.
And that is my exact point, sir. Okay. That right there, what you just said, is killing the movie industry. Remakes. If the movie has a certain nostalgia, certain way it made you feel, if it just a cult classic and it's just withstands time, you don't need to remake it. You don't. I know this is not more of a this movie here is not really in the nerd code. You don't need to remake New Jack City. You don't need to touch
Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood. You don't need to touch any of these movies because they're already good. If you're gonna reboot something that like just stunk up the joint and try to make it better. That's what you should be rebooting.
Yeah, like Howard Duck. But
hey, stop that! They might put it on this. Let's stop it.
All right, so I'm gonna tell y'all what I think. I think Hollywood is gonna try to appease her, and they're gonna try to get a Friends movie off the ground.
They've been trying to. I'm telling you, bro. Watch this. She'll have a whole different spin on this superhero thing. If Kevin Feige drop a money bag in her face and be like, "Hey, I need you to play this character in this movie right here." Okay.
Now she could have played May.
Yeah, could have. I still like what you call his anime though. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I like her too.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But I kind of like. I don't know. It's just something about old anime that just makes sense to me too.
Yeah, no, I get it. Snap, Mario. Any takes on superhero movies killing cinema?
No.
He said that with such enthusiasm.
He's like,
he was just like, no.
It's like, no, not really. But yeah, man. I mean, that's really the take on it. It's like, go ahead.
Y'all know how I feel about how I feel about certain movies. Like,
yeah,
I'm always in the theater watching everything. So I'm like, if it's good, it's good.
Yeah. I mean,
did we talk about it?
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
We talked about chapter 2.
So next week is Halloween episode, right?
Pretty much. We'll be doing some Halloween stuff on issue 121. Before we head out of here, please make sure you guys follow the Twitch channel, live on Twitch every single Sunday at 10 p.m. Central Time. We are on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Search NerdFlow or NerdFlow Podcast. We also got Ask NerdFlow. You just put the exclamation point ask in the chat, and it'll give you the way you can send questions to NerdFlow Podcast. We got a YouTube channel popping. We got the Facebook group and 50% of NerdFlow t-shirts. Those links are all in the chat currently right now as we speak. You can click on those. In addition, on the panels at the bottom, all the social media, and if you listen to this on the download, we are on all major podcast platforms, and all these links will be in the description if you choose to follow us on any social media platform that you desire. But yeah, man, we're gonna be out of here and see you guys.
Check us out next week as we roll through the list of the best horror movies of all time. Matter of fact, finna put a poll up on the NerdFlow community.
This is gonna be tragic, but let's go. All right, yeah.
Killer.
All right,
I won.
Okay.
Hasta la vista, y'all. I done worked out today. My body is in shreds.